Hello, and welcome to CADLink for Epicor. CADLink is the premier CAD to ERP integration tool for Epicor. It is a bidirectional tool used to create, compare, and modify bill of materials and part data at the click of a button. CADLink is developed by QBuild software, an Epicor partner. By using CADLink, you can eliminate clerical work and increase utilization of your skilled engineers. By synchronizing your bill of materials and part data with your CAD data, you will reduce errors and inaccuracies, and ultimately prevent unnecessary losses from scrap parts, shop floor confusions, and inventory errors. So here we have multi-level assembly open in SOLIDWORKS. Let's imagine that you're an engineer who has just finished designing this and you're ready to enter it into Epicor. Because CADLink is directly integrated with SOLIDWORKS, we can launch this directly from this interface. Now CADLink is comparing all the components and their properties, such as the part number, description, and quantity in the model we just created, with the matching bill of materials in Epicor. The results of this comparison are shown in this grid. As you can see, CADLink has maintained the multi-level assembly structure, and the colors highlight the differences between the assembly and the item master. So let's talk about these different colors. White lines represent parts from your model that already exist in your item master. Lines in green represent parts that exist in your model but not in your item master. So CADLink will create this part in your item master with the appropriate part number, description, revision, quantity, and add it to the bill of materials for you. Rows in gray represent material to be removed from your bill of materials because they do not exist in the CAD model. CADLink will remove this part from the bill of materials to synchronize it with your model. In addition, items may be added to the bill of materials by right-clicking on a blue square and selecting Add Manual Part. So manual parts are parts that will exist on the bill of material but not in the CAD side. So examples of this include fasteners, adhesives, lubricants, and paint. So CADLink can search directly into your Epicor database using either the part number or the description and add these parts to the bill of materials. So for example, if I want to add a bolt, I can do a wildcard search for bolt into my Epicor database, find the appropriate bolt, and easily add it to the bill of materials. And finally, fields in yellow represent discrepancies between your CAD and ERP data. So by right-clicking on this field, we can see what the CAD description is, what the Epicor description is, and select which one is correct. Or we can also manually enter our own. And when CADLink saves, it'll push this field bidirectionally to update both the CAD model and the bill of materials and the Epicor side. CADLink also has several Epicor fields, such as the product group, part class, and part type, and any drop-down menus in Epicor will be reflected here. In addition, CADLink also has support for raw materials. So if a component has raw materials, we can once again search directly into Epicor and easily add raw material information. So if this part is made of steel, for example, I can do a wildcard search for steel, select the appropriate raw material, and easily add it to the bill of materials. Operations can also be assigned to manufactured parts through the CADLink interface. Go to the Operations tab and select the manufactured part. If the part already exists, CADLink will pull the existing bill of operations from Epicor. We can add work centers one by one. Once again, these drop-down menus are taken directly from Epicor. Or load a template from an existing bill of materials. After doing so, we can go back to the bill of materials grid and dictate which work center parts are to be consumed at. And that is the lion's share of work in CADLink. We have a few tabs remaining, but they are of ease of use and review tabs. So the BOM Changes tab will list all the changes that will take place when CADLink saves. This helps you keep track of what exactly CADLink is changing in Epicor in the CAD side and review any changes before saving. This is a read-only tab. Keep in mind, none of these changes have actually occurred yet. CADLink has not saved. In fact, our save button is actually grayed out. But these changes will occur when CADLink does save. This tab can also be exported as a PDF for your convenience. The CAD Properties tab is a read-only tab which allows you to view the properties of your CAD model. This makes it easier for the engineers to view their CAD data without switching back and forth between CADLink and SOLIDWORKS or CAD system. Finally, the Messages tab will list all the messages that need to be addressed before CADLink can save. So for example, in Epicor, a quantity cannot be 0. By double-clicking on one of these messages, it'll take us to the offending line, highlight it, and we can see that the raw material we added has a quantity of 0. As you address the Messages tab, the messages will disappear and the Save button will be re-enabled. This means the data is now ready to save into Epicor. CADLink is a powerful tool to equip to your engineers. The time engineers save by using CADLink can be put back into doing actual engineering work. In fact, CADLink will pay for itself in 6 months or less. Thank you for watching.